Hey everybody. So I wanted to check in. I've gotten some Facebook messages and some emails, and some text messages from people going, "Where have you been? Are you okay? We haven't heard from you." The truth of the matter is I've been in it, just like a lot of you. It's an interesting time period because it just feels like your plate is full, and yet it's like you're already getting your second helping, right? It's our eyes are too big for our stomach, right? It's this overwhelm of energy that is requiring us to dive in and sink and take that unforgiving fall into self. And for me, since Egypt, I feel like I have been in a spiritual boot camp, prepping me for this upcoming Avalon trip. Just having to shift how I think, how I feel, deep understandings, everything is shifting. And there's like a rewriting going on. And when we rewrite programming, it's exhausting. You need more sleep. The body can even hurt during that. You can have bouts of incredible just waves of emotion. And at the same time, life continues on. It's like even through all that, you can't just put the blankets over your head and stay inside. It's like, I still have a child I have to get places. I still am planning the trip for Avalon. Things don't stop. So, but it really still is the hermit phase. And that is really where I have been. And I want to share with you some insight that I received about myself. And I have a feeling a lot of you are like this as well. And recently I went to a tantric death and rebirth retreat. And it was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. And I was able to shift and remove the energy from my chakras. You remove the elements from your body. You essentially dissolve yourself. And then you go forward, really walking yourself through what it's like when you die. And what I've come to understand so much about myself, removing my chakras, putting myself into that position, going to the other side, connecting there, it's easy. It's so easy for me. What's hard is being here. What's hard is this physical embodiment. Really, I seem to do great. Heart chakra's good, throat, everything, the higher, and even going even higher into the 12 plus chakra system, no problem. When it comes to being here, exerting myself, taking up space, there's so many different ways that I can see where I have played less than in this life. And that's all about that solar plexus, your sacral, your root. It's all about being here now. And so for some people on their journeys, they have to really move beyond the lower chakras. They have to disconnect from the body. My journey, and I think it's a journey of a lot of you, is the exact opposite. I don't feel extremely connected to the body. I can leave it. I appreciate it, but I can leave it. And I feel more in tune with the etheric spaces than I sometimes do with my physical spaces. So for me, the journey is the exact opposite. It is, okay, these are well developed. Now get into the body, deal with what's in there. And that's not an easy process. And I'm sure that, we're all these 1,001 shades of what is this journey for us between, the ones that are very, have to work hard to move out of the body, have to work hard to get into the higher chakras, versus the ones like me who don't have to work hard at getting out of the body, but rather getting into the body. And there's every single shade in between. But it's fascinating to me, the real understanding of, wow, sometimes when I think about how physical this journey has become, and I would say 2024, this journey has become very physical. And they've told us this. They've told me 1,000 times, like, okay, this is all about the body now. But you can be told something and you don't understand it until you're in it, until you have to experience it. It's kind of like having kids. You know, it's like somebody can say, okay, you know what you're doing? And you're like, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. And then all of a sudden you're up half the night for a week straight and you're going, what have I done? I didn't understand this. Sometimes words just fail. And the only way you're going to understand something is to go through it. And so we very much are in this space of get into the body. And I feel as if, you know, as I said before, like this spiritual boot camp, because part of the work that I'm getting ready to do in Avalon is really help to anchor in these codes with the help of Isis and Sekhmet, and definitely working with Mary Magdalene to anchor in these higher Lion Kingdom codes. And this is still the energy that we've experienced all summer from Sirius. And so I've been having to really shift and look at all the stories I've created, all the limitations, all the ways that I have held myself back in this lifetime, other lifetimes, to get ready for this task. And I think I'm ready. I don't think that I'm done growing. I have a feeling I'm going to come back from Avalon and be like, holy crap, and need like at least 2 weeks flat on my back. But what I'm hearing from Spirit is, good job, good job. And part of it was the death retreat really helped me to understand where my limitations actually are, and that, or where my weak spots, maybe that's a better word, where they are, which is in my lower chakras. And so now it's that conscious connection with them every day. Every day it's talking to them individually, bringing energy into them, and really anchoring myself more than I ever have before. And it's beautiful because it's not a harsh grounding. It's very soft. It's very subtle, but it's there. And I'm really seeing the benefits of it. And I'm also understanding why it's been difficult for me. Whereas for some, the exact opposite is difficult. We all are these individuals. But I just wanted to take a moment and let you all know that I leave this week for the UK. The Spirit assistance on this trip has been absolutely incredible. We are traveling as a group of 13, of really very sacred number. And we're going to be working in a lot of the stone circles in Cornwall. We're going to Glastonbury and Avebury and Stonewall and Stonehenge, and many different places in between. And Spirit has really greased the wheels of this trip. I had it planned initially, all out, and then I was looking for something to do between point A and point B, and then I came across some of the stone circles down in lower Cornwall. And I was like, oh, we should go to that. And I was like, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to, I'd have to rearrange everything. Well, then, of course, that night, I have a dream, Mary Magdalene, and she's got this map. And she's like, you need to be here. And I'm like, I don't know how to do that. How do I do that with the schedule? And she's like, change things, and you don't need to go here. And so the next morning I woke up and I had to redo the entire trip. Different hotels, different timing. You know, I thought the transportation company was going to lose their mind because I'm like, sorry guys, we need to reroute everything. But thankfully they did do that. But this has been a very guided trip. And that's beautiful. And so I am offering on this trip an opportunity for you to follow along. I send out videos and emails and receive the codes, the healing that is there. I connect with you. We basically build a container for this trip, and anything that I am hearing is appropriate goes into this container for each of you to receive should you want to. I'm also offering an individual healing at Avebury, which is just so galactic. And so that feels to me like it'll be a very galactic type healing. And then I'm doing a tincture. And so Mary Magdalene told me which types of essences to put in the tincture, which stones it needs to be in the tincture as well, to help radiate the energy. So I'm going to leave a link after this video for that, and I hope you sign up and I hope you follow along, because I get overwhelmed sometimes when I think about the ease and the grace and the direction, and even in all the confusion and all the spiritual boot camp stuff. At the same time, it's really following that direct lead, that calling, and allowing myself to be held in it, and allowing the group that are traveling with us to be held in that. And it really is beautiful, and I would love for you all to be a part of it. Take care.